11 points off the low of the day. All right, let's bring in Oliver Slope, Blue Line Futures. Oliver, thanks for sticking around. What are your thoughts here?
Well, over the last week and a half, you've really kind of felt like the tides were starting to shift. Last week, it was wheat's time to shine. Today, we're seeing soybeans and corn kind of step in center stage and take the spotlight here. July corn knocking on the door of 460. That is a big level. If you remember back to that prospective plantings report where we had that bullish report, that was the high of the day where we failed out. And that level's been tested and failed again several times since then as well. So if we can get out above 460, I really wouldn't be surprised to see this spark a little bit more of a short covering rally, potentially gravitate towards that 480 level. Now, beans, though, that's really where all the action is today. May, obviously, in delivery, it almost looks like somebody's caught short there. They're up, we're up as much as 45 cents at one point. And that July contract, as you'd mentioned, knocking on the door $12, poking its head out above there. If we're able to get some follow-through momentum into the end of the week, I wouldn't be surprised to see 1220, 1225 in the cards for this market. And soybeans, working with soy meal as well, up over 4% today and a potential breakout there. So things are starting to become a little bit more lively, which is a very welcome sign in what has been kind of a dull grain market here to start the year.
Yeah, you're right. Great stuff as usual. Thank you very much. Stay right there. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more with Oliver Slope. He's with Blue Line Futures out of Chicago. We'll be right back after this. One last time to let him tell us what he knows about livestock. What do you think here, Oliver?
Well, it's certainly been a roller coaster. I mean, really for the last several months, you could say. But it seems like we're starting to get to a point where maybe we can establish a little bit of a trading range, especially for the front month June live cattle market. Kind of see 178, 180 as the upper end of the range, and 171, 173 as the bottom end. Obviously, a nice strong rally today on the back of the news from the USDA not finding any remnants of the avian flu in the beef samples, which is encouraging. But the lack of follow through really since the open is a little bit discouraging. So again, I wouldn't be surprised to see the market kind of stall up here near 178, maybe retreat and see some back and forth. We did get that good news from the USDA, but I still think the headline risk is still there, and that might keep buyers at bay here in the near term, which could present a more choppy sideways trade.
Yeah, and I think that you're right, exactly right. The big tell there is, you know how it trades to me is when you see it like the relief rally. I think that's what it is, really. They didn't find anything. But when we sell off like that, even though we're still higher in the day, we can still take that as a win. But it's just like there's always that lingering doubt about, are we going to get another headline or this? Are we for sure? And I think that's what the worry is. And I don't know if you ever can shut the door on that. What do you think?
Well, that's exactly right. And if you're managing large sums of money, do you really want to go back to your clients and explain why you were aggressively long with the lingering concern of the avian flu? Probably not. So, again, the good thing here is that the funds are only long, 35, 40,000 contracts, which is, well below what they were last fall. So the risk of long liquidation isn't as severe as it once was. So, again, that kind of leads to the thesis that we start to consolidate in about a $10 range, which I think would ultimately be healthy for the market. We've seen the vast up and downs over the last several months. A $10 range, I think a lot of people would be satisfied with that.
All right, great stuff as usual. Thank you very much for being on the show. Good one to end with Oliver Slope, Blue Line Futures in Chicago. Bring it back and hand it back over to Suzanne one more time.